right, welcome back. Maven and Benson here. We're getting ready to hop into game number 2, which will be Terrace S&D. This is one that we thought might be Aware's game to take, but after the dismantling of Aware we saw in game number 1, it might be difficult to bounce back for that, especially when you're a young team.
Right. It's pretty hard to be able to put that behind you. I mean, you have to think about how hot Formal was that whole game.
Yeah.
Just wasn't missing. That's going to be pretty demoralizing, especially, as you said, for a young team. That's something you have to kind of think about. But again, this is search and destroy. It's Terrace. I think Aware are the stronger team.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one to watch. And Terrace, you know, we've talked about it before. This particular map, it plays interesting in this game because it's a lot of times it's not the best idea to get the bomb down. You really want to play your life. It's really risky. With
and that may sound
very vertical,
very, very strange to maybe some of the new viewers if you played past titles, competitively or whatnot. Black Ops 2. It's always
get the bomb down.
Get the bomb down. Yeah. But in this game, not necessarily true. You know, if you can try and get 1, maybe even 2 kills on some maps, that's when it's then safe because your teammates have to cover so many different cuts on some of these maps because of the verticality, the exo boost, how quick you can move. So many things you need to actually try and think about maybe.
All right, well, let's take a look at the key player matchup for this one, and we're going to have Crim6 and Huke here. Looking across the stats, I mean, for the most part, pretty similar numbers, similar in the KD department for this. First blood percentage will go to Huke, also last man standing, but pretty similar numbers, both outstanding S&D players.
Yeah, that first blood percentage is going to be pretty important for Aware this round. Terrace, big on snipers. Expect to see a lot of
This is going to come down to snipers for sure.
It really is. I mean, if I said, who do you think the best sniper on Optic game would be, who would you say?
Probably Formal.
Formal? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're all, Crim could snipe. They can all snipe, to be honest, very, very well. But, remember when Formal first came into Call of Duty, sniping is kind of what he made a name for and hasn't done it quite as much since. But as we take a look here, Terrace, the most offensively sided S&D map during Season 1, which...
doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it's because, I think it's because of how that plays. You know, it's almost like you're playing a 4v4 deathmatch at times, not focusing quite as much on the bomb.
Well, it's going to be Optic Gaming on the attacking side, first of all. And I'm going to flick through, see who is using what. Wow, no sniper rifles at all. This is kind of interesting because we saw Denal do a very, very similar thing earlier on. And, Matt kind of called it. He was like, all right, I expect to see sniper rifles, but no one used it in that first round.
Well, I would have thought they'd be hitting something very, very aggressively then. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, you have 2 options. You're either playing for a pick with the sniper or you're going to go very hard at an objective. And that's what it looks like right now as we see them all flooding in by the pool. Crim already got the first pick. They're going to get the second pick as well. They're 3-2 advantage, but Nadeshot did take out Scump as well.
Yeah, hopefully that won't cost them in the later parts of this round. Happy, and Accuracy still alive. 2 versus 3 with a minute left. Of course, Nadeshot is going to be carrying this bomb for Optic Gaming. He's trying to make a play here. However, there are a couple of players still alive from Aware, as you can currently see on your screens. And he's going to peek up and actually get shut down by Formal.
The headshot from Formal was huge because if he didn't get that kill, he had them both lined up. He might have been able to get them both, which would have turned that into a 1v1 pretty quickly, and they will seal the deal there. So they said it before, this is the most offensive-sided map in S&D, and right off the break, the offensive team in Optic Gaming will take round number 1.
Yep, nice plays. Coming in from Crim, starting things off 2-0 as he gets that final round-ending kill cam there on Happy. No one from Aware picking up a kill that round.
Now, how do you expect them to play the defense? Do you think they're going to get aggressive and work a flank or sit back with snipers? That's kind of the 2 ways this will play.
You kind of need to, I think you need to mix it up a little bit. Maybe first round you try and hit something really aggressive, and then maybe second round you change things up. And you can see that's exactly what Optic Gaming is actually going to do. That massive B push really coming in from Optic. Yep,
and this is one of the plays that you'll see is they are going to get really aggressive on that top side, but the first kill will go to Happy with the headshot on Scump. Nadeshot's going to answer back, so a good trade there. They will eventually drop. Right now, it's going to be 3-2 advantage for Aware.
I'm really surprised he actually wrapped that all the way back towards that B bomb site. He was at A by himself, no one from either team with him. He could have actually just gone straight for that plant because he doesn't know that. We know that thanks to the mini-map and, of course, COD vision. But he's trying to get himself in a position where he can try and work something with his teammates.
Well, he's got a free planet B. I mean, you could just look at the minimap right now. The 2 defensive players, and Crim and Formal, are pretty spread out right now. Just separately hunting, going to have to try and work a pick. We'll see. I think that was Crim that might be able to get eyes on Huke soon. Just looking at the map there, looking almost directly at each other. Does he see? No, he doesn't have vision on. We do. Let's see if he tries to make the play up top, which he does. He looks the wrong direction, though. Timing not going to be on his side. His last alive is going to be Formal.
1 versus 3. Formal does have a sniper rifle at his disposal. It doesn't matter. He's going to fall. And that's that, again, coming true.
Yeah,
Aware picking up the aggressive round.
Good positioning by Aware. Both of those players in Crim and Formal getting caught. Crim, if he would have checked his right, might have been able to pick it up, but Formal not really having a chance there. There's a player waiting right around the doors. He switched that sniper rifle. Great stuff by Aware. So far, both offensive teams have taken their rounds.
Obviously, all tied up. 1 round apiece. Nadeshot leading up to gaming. Up top of the scoreboard, obviously that plant and the 2 kills, 1 death. Now they are going to pull out the sniper rifle, so mixing things up a little bit. Did Nadeshot see him? Nope, he's looking down below. And that's in fact happy with the long-range shots with the barrel. All 3 players fall, and just like that, Maeve, Formal is left by himself. This is a big defensive round coming in from Aware.
Oh my God, did Nate get shredded out there across map?
Oh my,
but he gets 2. All of a sudden, this is a 2v2. And I'll get it set up just in case we do get in a scenario.
How is he still alive?
It is a 1v1, and there's a last player not able to clean it up. That would have been a 1v4. Woo.
Some of the things that Formal does is just mind-boggling. It really is. But TJ comes in, he's like, no, this is not happening.
Yeah, he's able to shut it down, tag him up there with the headshots. Great kill there by Haley. But you saw on his face, he was just like, thank God.
Yeah, right.
Not trying to get 1v4'd here in round number 3, but that will be a 2-1 advantage now for Aware. And they were the first team to win the defensive side.
Yes.
And that, for me, was down to, what was it? Was it Happy that just zipped up Nadeshot across map with the bow?
Right. It was a big kill, especially when you consider Nadeshot using a sniper rifle in that scenario. You'd expect him to win that, 9 times out of 10. And that just so happened to be that 1 out of 10 times. But Nadeshot draws first blood with the pick on TJ. But Aware bounce back with 2 kills. Happy picks up the 3rd. And again, we're in a 1 versus 3 situation for Optic Gaming. This time it's going to be Nadeshot. He tries to pre-fire the corner and he falls. And Aware starting to pull away now, maybe.
Well, this is impressive stuff because we talked about the fact, again, they have, 3 players that are 15 to 16 years old.
Right.
Very young. When you're on LAN, especially going up against a team as prestigious as Optic Gaming, you can start to feel the pressure a little bit. It doesn't seem like they are right now, as they are rolling right now in game number 2. 3-1 advantage going into round 5.
Scump still not managed to pick up his first kill of this game. And actually stay on board with Scump this round. I think they're going to try and hit that B-bomb. That's what it kind of looks like, but Aware being very aggressive. Happy's already seen a couple of plays. He's going to challenge, picks up Formal. Formal was able to shut down Huke, and he goes for the second. He just destroys Scumpy. TJ picks up Crim, and once again, Nadeshot in a 1v3. He just managed to pick up TJ, so now 1 versus 2. Should be able to make this a 1 versus 1. Does so, and now it's accuracy versus Nadeshot.
All right, and I'll get, let me get accuracy on the screen here so we can give you a little split screen action, as we are going to have a 1v1 here. Nadeshot versus accuracy. We'll see how Nade plays this out. Plenty of time on the clock. 60 seconds right now. He is going to be the bomb carrier. We'll check out accuracy's view right now as he's slowly just checking this B-bomb plan.
You have to. You have to be very cautious when you're in these scenarios. 45 seconds left there, maybe. Time's actually slowly starting to dwindle away. So, Nadeshot's going to have to start thinking about making a move somewhere. And of course, accuracy, it basically becomes a 50-50.
Well, the timing here works out so well for Nade because accuracy just really slowly peaked over at B. Now is a transition to A. And right when he started to rotate back to A is when Nade went over to B. But if he really makes a move for it, he's going to catch him mid-plant if he can get there in time. But Nade will get it down. Let's see if he can get away safely here. And he's unfortunately running right into the eyes of accuracy. Great job. Nice rotation there. And really the timing, at first I thought the rotation really worked out well in Nade's favor, but
it was just accuracy checked the bomb quicker than Nadeshot planted the bomb.
Exactly.
So he was already on that rotation back.
And how fast, because his map plays kind of vertically, he was able to cover so much ground with the X movement so quickly. Nade had, 2 seconds after that bomb plant, and he was dead.
Yep. It was all over very quickly, that's for sure. 4-1 now in favor of Aware as they slowly start to pull away even further, Maeve. And to be honest, it's all been Happy. I'm not gonna lie, 7-4. He's been having some amazing shots on this map.
Yeah, he's had really some incredible kills with that bow, as we will kick things off with him switching over to accuracy here as he's going to be moving up steps. You can see in the minimap he's got a couple players in and around him, and he might be able to get a nice flank on here towards B.
There's actually 2 players stood next to each other on the other side of the map. Huke just picked up 1. That's the second from Accuracy, and Accuracy's feeling real good. Scump currently 0-5.
And whatever player that was from Optic Gaming, I think it might have been Formal. Just some suspect shots there, because that was one that he absolutely should have won. And it's going to be a 5-1 advantage now, 1 round away from taking this game number 2 and tying the series up 1-1. And we talked at the beginning, this is the one we thought they might be able to take. Right. And even after what was one of the most dominating hard points of the weekend, they have bounced back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I mean, this is somewhat expected, I feel. It just comes down to those 2 respawns. If you see Aware pinch you know, either a CTF bio or a comeback uplink, honestly, that series could go that way.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to with Optic Gaming.
Scump, unfortunately, approaching that 007 right now. He's 0-6. He needs to get on the board. You wonder, he's such a passionate player that really plays, you know, the better he's playing, the more kills he's getting, the energy behind it, he plays better and better. And I wonder if just, you know, with Formal getting, what, almost 50 kills, and he had, for him, kind of a slow game, I wonder if that's kind of transitioning into this, just not as hyped as he might be.
Well, Krim is just roaming around the other side of the map. Meanwhile, I think Scumpy, didn't actually see anyone at all, so he's still looking for his first kill of the game. However, one player from aware in the form of TJ Haley going to try and put a stop to that.
Well, they do have 3-2 advantage, but 3-2 advantage when you don't have bomb down, especially in this where it's so risky to plant, can be difficult, and now it's going to be a 2v2. Accuracy and Haley versus Formal and Scump. Let's see if the guys can go clutch here.
Oh,
that's
you just got
huge. God, that was disgusting there. And it's going to be Formal here, 1-on-1 versus TJ Haley. He just absolutely turned on accuracy.
Yep, he did. 1 versus 1. TJ versus Formal.
He didn't see him. No, he didn't have vision of it. Sorry. That COD vision can be tricky.
Oh, Formal turns around.
The timing there, turns around, clutches up. The 1v2 there, incredible stuff from Formal. And that really came down to, I believe it was accuracy that he turned on with the headshot was absolutely filthy. And again, for me, for them to climb back in this one, it's going to be incredibly difficult, but two, I mean, Scump just has to get going.
Yeah, Scump has to get some kills at this point.
And, you know, I thought
you can't 3v4
towards the end of Ghost, I thought that what separated him from me and the best player over Ghost was really the S&D versus someone like Krem. But towards the end of Ghost, I thought he got better and better and better. He's been playing great in S&D in this game, too. But you would have games from him like this from time to time.
Right.
At events, but let's see if he can turn it around.
Meanwhile, happy with the bump. Crim6 draws first blood on accuracy. And that's going to be big for Optic Gaming, but Krim immediately traded. That was TJ Haley who picks up 2. Scump finally gets his first kill of the game. That makes it a 2 versus 2. Now a 1 versus 1. Nadeshot versus Hugh.
All right, this is where you need Nadeshot to go big. You know, he's a very confident player in 1v1 situations. Obviously, a veteran. Been in this scenario more than once, but he is going against quite possibly the best young player in Call of Duty. Did he get eyes on him?
Yeah, he 100% saw him. He knows exactly where Hugh's going. Oh, but Hugh sees him again. Hugh's going to win the gunfight. And aware, take the S&D. 6 rounds to 2. Phenomenal plays from them. But again, mate, expected.
Yeah, they will take that one. I think the respawns, again, is where they're going to struggle. But if this goes to a Game 5, you mentioned you think it favors
honestly,
heavily for the Game 5.
Now that this is tied at 1-1 and we know we're going to see a comeback uplink, that's really scary for Optic Gaming because aware, they can turn up on that map.
Well, it's funny because I feel like whenever I've watched it, like events, when Optic Gaming is playing up, like they back to Columbus, they've been so dominant, but statistically, really, they struggle on comeback up. Like
it's 42% win ratio from the league, which you wouldn't expect when you think about that.
And TJ Haley, Mr. Interception, comes up so clutch in the uplink game type. So when it comes to that one, I think that might end up being the best game of the series. Obviously, coming off of the last series, we just saw a phenomenal uplink.
Insane game. It was absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully, we get something like that for this one as well, mate. For now, though, quick commercial break. When we return, we'll be heading over to Biolab CTF.